Hey everybody, welcome to the TruthWars channel. Yeah, this is what we're talking about, truth and war. It seems like those two things go together. If we don't know the truth, we're gonna have some kind of war. War comes in so many packages. Anyway, what do you see? What is going on in your world? Is everything going straight to hell, or is there actually a great awakening underway? And what does that even mean? And if that's happening, how long is it going to take? Because there's a lot of people that are waking up to something happening in the world that they've never seen before. And it's time for that to happen. But are we going to descend into a kinetic war? Are we going to cling to the truth, and the truth is going to overcome the fakeness, the falseness, the lies? That is a real war that's happening. So on this channel, we're going to examine precepts, concepts, principles, threads, patterns throughout history. And we're going to look at how these things lead to either truth or they lead to some kind of war. So war can be, we've had these world wars. Well, where do they come from? Well, I have discovered where they come from, and I want to share that with you. And we can be wise to these things and refuse to participate. And that's how we cut this off. This is a deep subject, so if you don't like to think much, this is not the channel for you. Henry Ford said, the hardest thing is to think, and that's why so many people don't do it. Ooh, that wasn't a compliment, I don't think. Anyway, we are a channel where we know that we don't know a lot of stuff, but we're wanting to find out. We want to keep learning until our last breath. That's what we hope to do. We're going to talk about religion, and don't freak out. That just means a belief system. And we're going to talk about politics, and don't freak out, because that just means the struggle for power. And everybody is struggling for some kind of power, because in the end, what we believe and our ability to have enough power to live a decent life is all that really matters. But then what about that eternity thing? Oh my gosh, there's an issue we better examine. Yep, we're going to get into that. We're going to look at illusions and delusions that are present in this real life, and we're going to key off of Proverbs that says, buy the truth, sell it not. Also, wisdom, instruction, and understanding. So that's 4 things it says that we should be digging into. The truth, the wisdom, instruction, and understanding. What does that end up? What do we end up with when we add those together or multiply those together? We get increased consciousness. Well, who cares? Do you realize that consciousness is life? You ever met somebody that was unconscious? Kind of a strange relationship with people that are unconscious. Doesn't work out real well. So who am I, and why should you care? Well, I'm just an old farm kid that it's obvious that I'm old, but grew up on a real working farm. Moved to the metro area so I could have a job and with benefits and all that kind of stuff. And while I was working that job, and it was about 30 years ago, that some of my coworkers came by and asked me 3 questions, and I felt dumber than 3 rocks because I could not answer their questions. But now I realized that my coworkers were 100% right about what they asked me. They asked me, do you know what the Eastern Establishment is? And I'm like, And they asked me, do you know what the Federal Reserve actually is? And I'm like, I have no idea. And then they asked me if I knew what the United Nations really is. Not what they say it is, what it really is. And I had no idea. But over the next weeks and months, these guys educated me and woke me up and, quite frankly, freaked me out, scared me half to death. And it was that point that I became a conspiracy theorist. Now, I'll make it real clear that I've moved on from being a conspiracy theorist to a conspiracy analyst. If you have been told and convinced, and if you've ever used that term against someone and said, oh, you're one of those conspiracy theorists, then you have been successfully MK Ultra mind controlled. You're a victim. You're a victim. Don't take it. Don't take the victimhood status. But what are you looking to measure this world you're living in? The prophets, the ancient prophets, talked about this. How do you measure the things in the world? The book of Revelation talks about measuring. So what is the standard by which we're going to measure? There's all kinds of standards that are set up. There's technical standards that have to be followed, or we will have disastrous results, and things just won't work as they should. But we're going to continue to get into all of this, and I'm going to show you how we're going to come out of here. We're going to cling to the truth. We're going to follow the truth. We're going to investigate these things. We're going to have accountability, and the world that is coming is truly going to be a golden age. That's what I believe. All right, stay tuned.